Let me introduce you to a phrase that I've only been introduced to today. It came from a friend of the channel, Antoine, who has been commenting and following my videos for a very long while now. Thank you very much for your support. It's really well appreciated. He said something along the lines of, "You've reminded me that I don't have to shoot what I like to shoot, but what I can shoot." And I think this is a really important kind of phraseology. It's rewording something that I kind of often say, but I think it's possibly more powerful in that, I will often say things along the lines of get out of your comfort zone. And this is kind of what Antoine's saying, or at least I think it is. Antoine, correct me if I'm wrong. It's more about broadening your horizons. It's about understanding that there are photos everywhere, as the recent videos will certainly show. Certainly last week's video walking around an industrial estate, light industrial estate, which is done incredibly well. If you haven't seen it, there's a link up in the corner of the screen right now. The point is that if you only ever go and shoot the stuff that you're comfortable with, or that you like shooting, or that you feel that you're good at, then what you won't ever do is get better as a photographer in general, because you're kind of niching down too much, which is fine if you're a commercial photographer and you've got a particular style, and that style suits suits the product of the moment, or the feel of the moment. But as general photographers, and particularly photographers who are learning and honing their skill, the more they understand how things look that aren't their normal stuff, the more you're going to get better. That's it, isn't it? I mean, that's it. The more you understand how things can look in 2D, the more you study them, or more specifically, I guess actually, is the more that you expose yourself to things that are a little different and look at things in a different way, then I think the more you're likely to, just get better. And I think also crucially, you may well find something else that you are really interested in shooting. So perhaps you end up with two niches. I want to tell you a story. A couple of weeks ago, I received an email from a company offering to do a collaboration. It's a company that offers an online image editing app and such. I'm not going to say who it is. And I get quite a few of these now, and one of the things that I'm sure to do for any one of them is to look them up. So that's what I did. And I have to say the number of one-star reviews that they were getting was pretty eye-opening. And of course, my response back to them was along the lines of, I won't say exactly what I said, but let's say they haven't responded. Now, I get quite a lot of these requests these days, because I'm a rising star, don't you know? I can't say that with a straight face. But the point is that I'm not going to promote something that is ultimately not very good. So to anybody out there that wants my endorsement, that wants to support me and wants me to support them, just make sure that you've got a great product and a great service. And that's how I lead into that. A Kent Faith t-shirt, K&F concept. They contacted me again a couple of weeks ago and said, would you help us out with a bit of a celebration? And I don't mind doing that, because K&F have been good to the channel over the last year or so, and you'll have seen me use some of their products, and you'll have seen me review some of their products, and the fact that I still use them should be testament enough to say that they're worth having. So here I am with a Kent Faith t-shirt on, saying that they're running a special offer of X% off. I can't remember what it is. I'll put the details on screen. Over a couple of periods, in the next week or so. So if you're in the market for buying something photography wise, photographic, then you could do worse than save yourself some money. Use my links below and yeah, get a decent quality product for not a great deal of cash. One of the things that I encourage you to do in my videos is to look at things differently, to basically keep your eyes open and see the things around you and the potential that they've got. It's all too easy to walk past things and say, oh, I don't like the look of that, or that's ugly, or that's messy. But actually, I think there's a great deal of opportunity in so many things. And just looking around me right now, we've got, as an example, opportunities in this staircase. There are a lot of opportunities in that staircase, but what we're doing is using the power of talking about the item and the thing rather than taking the pictures of it. So getting close, we've got on the floor down here, we've got sand sculptures, not sculptures, but it's the way that water has moved through them, and there's a word for it, I can't think what the hell it is, but it's the way the water's moved through them and created beautiful lines. There's those opportunities. There's, okay, I'm stuck. there must be loads more. You know, forgive me for being only doubly creative in this one place. Right, quickly ignoring the fact that I couldn't find more than 2 things from where I stood. Oh, which I think isn't a bad going anyway. But when I was just eyeing up the possibilities here, what really worked for me was the colour contrast. I'm sure you can see it in this camera. We've got these beautiful kind of blues and browns in this, and indeed the blues and the greys in the concrete step against beautiful golden sands over here and a really blue sky, and not there's a great amount of it from this position because I'm quite low, but there's also a sliver of green in the dunes as well. And I just think that the shot here, looking up at it, taking a lot of sky into it, I just think we've got a nice shot in the colour contrast. So shot one of something that I just spied. There's so many other interesting parts of this. Just the rust is great. I think also, yeah, the fact that there's bits caught in it. Maybe not that one, but a little bit further down here, there's could be some plant matter. It's difficult to know exactly, but the textures are wonderful, and I think, yeah, there's just a lot of possible opportunities in these shapes, because it is just shapes and textures and colour, isn't it? And I think crucially as well, angles. Work something with angles. Shoot something different. Maybe we shoot something down like this. Put this on video so you can see what I'm getting. That. Actually, there's not a lot wrong with that as a view, is there? I encourage you to play with these angles. Sure, gear kind of helps here in that, yeah, I couldn't get my face up there to look at something. So, yeah, nice twiddly viewfinder really helps a lot. Most modern cameras have at least got a flippy screen that will allow you to kind of do that. There's no excuse for not having a shot from a weird angle these days. I'm going to frame that up. I like that. I really kind of like that. And I think that's all right as well. You've you've got to train yourself to see things differently. You've got to get away from this idea of, oh, I don't like the look of it, or it's not very photogenic. And some things aren't, in fairness, but the creativity is up here. You just work with what's in front of you. You've just got to make something work. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. When you don't have something obvious to photograph because you haven't trained yourself well enough to look, just look a little bit more. A lot of the photographs that you're missing are probably down at your feet. As humans tend to ignore what's on the floor in front of us, that's why we probably throw so much on it. And we also don't look up enough. Now obviously just looking up here, it's sky, so not the best place to make that point perhaps, but our vision is normally straight ahead from kind of eye height, and we've got to look at things from different perspectives. The moment we start doing that is the moment that better images start appearing. So I've come off the beach and I've walked through a small residential holiday home area called Eccles-on-Sea, and I've never been here before. Further down the road in the Bush estate I go quite regularly and take photos, but it's a bit busy this evening. I did start a video there, but there's just too many people around, and given that these are people's homes, I don't really want to be poking lenses at them. But it's a little bit quieter down this end, and I've come across these rather striking buildings here, and right in the foreground, I have to take my glasses off because I can't see what the camera's picking up, but I still can't see it, the angle's wrong. But believe me, there's a I can't even get the bloody words now. Where is it? It's there. A lobster pot, that's the word, lobster pot. Yeah, thanks for everybody that was shouting lobster pot. And against these multicoloured sheds behind, I think that kind of works really well. So what I've done is I've got quite low in here because I want to, as much as possible, reduce the gap between the pot and the sheds, and I've got a shot. I rather like it. This is one of those shots I absolutely think I could have got better. Therefore I'm going to count this as a scouting trip. I've got to go back because there was a better image than this. I always encourage you to go out more to the places that are local to you than travel endless miles to get a shot. Because unless you've travelled those endless miles lots of times, the chances of you finding the killer shot on that first visit, they're just not there, are they? I'll leave you with another couple of shots from the beach. I do like photographing signs and notices. A big thank you to K&F for all of their support, and a big thank you to you for watching. I hope you liked this last shot. Don't forget there's a 20% off coupon code. It's only valid on the dates of the offers. Keep an eye out on the K&F website, there are flash sales coming and going. You take care, we'll see you next time. Maybe check out the videos that are appearing on screen now.